The Congress now an election strategist Prashant Kishor met Congress Chief Sonia Gandhi late Monday evening. The Congress is considering a proposal from Mr Kishor for the revival of the party before 2024 and a game plan for the general elections due that year.
The meeting also comes ahead of the next round of assembly polls due this year. Remember, there's been a buzz that he's going to join the party.
Well, let's go across to Sunil Prabhu for more on this. And Sunil, now a committee has also been constituted by the Congress to look into this roadmap that Prashant Kishor is proposing. What do we know about these meetings that he's had with Sonia Gandhi, 2 in 3 days?
Well, in that meeting, they're actually discussing his roadmap, his proposals, and what the Congress can do. Ultimately, as has been pointed out, they've given a 1 week's time for this entire evaluation, this entire proposal of his to be looked at threadbare by the party and then take a call about his proposal. As we've been reporting from the day that the first meeting took place, they've invited him to join the Congress party. He has evinced interest. And it's in that backdrop we'll have to wait and watch and see what exactly does the Congress party have in mind in terms of going for the future. So these are definitely issues that the party will have to think and deliberate. He's given 370 seats, certain states to concentrate, and it's in that backdrop that the Congress party is really looking at that proposal and will take a final political call. Having said that, Gargi, there are definitely issues within the party. Amongst the dissenters, they have been pointing out Mr. Prashant Kishor has, his company, IPAC, has certain dealings with other political parties who are not, who are inimical to the Congress. And it's in that backdrop that they continue to have questions about his leadership, about his role in 2017 in Uttar Pradesh, where he did spend a lot of money and ultimately got only 6 to 7 seats for the party in the state of Uttar Pradesh in 2017. So there are definitely a lot of pros and cons, but the Congress president has definitely taken it upon herself to try and see some kind of revamp takes place for the party, and hopefully once that final decision is taken, which is most likely to be in the positive, we will definitely see things panning out in the next few months.
So, Sunil, is the fallout that took place earlier now behind them? Because this is not the first time that Prashant Kishor has met, the top of the Congress. He's met the Gandhis before. Things didn't work out. There was a falling out. Then it seemed that he was working to put together a third front and actually challenge the Congress. So, is all that now behind them?
Well, that's a very good point, and it's definitely behind them. The fact, of course, is, as I said, a timeline has been given, a week's time for him, and he's also, made it clear that it can't be unending, to listen to the leadership and basically putting a time slot for them to take a political call, either side, because once they decide whether they want to go ahead and have this, will it really prove results? So it's in that backdrop. Definitely, what has happened in the past is definitely behind them, but of course, everything has, an expiry date, and this, of course, is a week's time where they will have to take that political call. This internal panel is something that has been constituted by the Congress president. I asked Mr. K.C. Venugopal, he says we are not officially announcing it, but definitely people like Mr. P. Chidambaram, Jairam Ramesh, who were not part of those deliberations on Saturday, they also, along with Randeep, who were not present, were made to understand about what he has in mind. So ultimately, whether Prashant Kishor is the magic wand or really whether he can help revive the Congress party is a big question mark, because ultimately, as you know, political parties just don't work by consultants or by electoral strategists. It requires party workers and the grassroots to be strengthened, right, which is something that the dissenter parties have been talking about.